All right, YouTube, got my Ariel Rider Kepler, gonna do an official review. I've had it for about a week now, and I've logged 116 miles, you can see. Gone over varied terrain, and yeah, overall, I'll give you my overall, it's a 9 out of 10. I really do love this bike. It's delivered on everything I bought it for, and yeah, it's got it really for the motor, the 1,000-watt motor, which has been great going up hills. It's got the speed that I need to commute to work, and the build quality is there. The components, you know, the shifter, derailleur isn't, you know, what you buy this bike for, but it's effective and it works. It's got the lights for commuting, which I think are great. So it's got everything I needed from a commuter bike to get started. I had my other video which goes through assembly. Again, the assembly took me about an hour. It was relatively easy. I'm pretty handy. Wasn't, you know, just it came with the tools that I needed. I didn't need anything else. Relatively simple to put the parts together. Biggest part was, yeah, just making it sure it didn't tip over. That was the biggest thing, is supporting it so it didn't tip over while I was assembling. I think the only negative thing on assembly is that this fender is not aligned, but other than that, everything went together really well, and yeah, it was pretty easy to put together. Let's talk about the looks. The looks are great. Again, if you're buying a bike like this, you're getting something in that same class. They all look about the same. This one got in the black and the red. I would have really liked to see it in the gray. I thought that was a slick color, but it wasn't available when I was ordering, so got the black and the red. Again, color scheme is nice. Again, wasn't a factor in my decision. The build quality, yeah, it's good. It's solid. It's hefty. It's, again, everything it's described online. This bike delivers on. It's got the 1,000-watt motor here. You know, again, that's why I bought it, is to get me up hills. So coming over here, you know, you've got the grips. You see these along a lot of these e-bikes. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay, but when you're talking about the speeds that you're going on this bike, which you can get up to 35 miles an hour pretty quick, and I've been up to 45 miles an hour, I'm going to probably switch these out to a standard grip, because you really do want control of this thing. It's you know, 70 pounds plus the rider. You want to feel like you have good control, and these grips are more what I would call cruising grip versus something where I feel in strong control of the bike. The controls, you got your all the controls are in good reach. I did like that. Your up down for the pedal assist, your light, your turn signal, which I don't use, but yeah, this plus minus for pedal assist. Gear shifting's all there. Again, I'd prefer to have the gear shifter below, but again, this is what you're buying. Again, rather have the more powerful motor than a better shifter. So yeah, the shifter, derailleur, again, you're getting what is promised, which is the Shimano Atlas derailleur, and again, it's worked good. I wouldn't say it's the best on the market, but again, for this bike, it works well. I've been able to commute with it with no problems, and yeah, I go through all the gears 1 through 7. When I'm cruising, I'm in 1, and when I'm commuting, I'm in 7, 5 to 7 to really get the speed up. Brakes, the brakes are good. They have done well. Still, I think breaking them in, the Tektro, heard good things about it, so I think they'll be good. It is scary. You're going 35, 40 miles an hour, and you come up to a yellow light. You got to hit those brakes pretty hard to stop. But again, I haven't had any problems with these. I think I'm still in the break-in process with the brakes. Moving on to the shocks. Again, not the highest quality shocks, but good to absorb some bumps. They've done well. They have a bit of a soft spot right at the beginning, which is a little bit annoying. So when you get on it, there's a little bit of soft, and then it stiffens up, which is okay. But yeah, I mean, it's gone over the bumps fine, and been happy with that. Moving on to the tires, I really thought I was not going to like these tires for commuting, but they have been great. Been really happy with the performance of the tires, not only on the road, cornering, all of that. It's done really well. I've had it on gravel trails as well. See some dirt in there. It's performed over all those really well. So I've been really happy with the tire. Now I'd like to see a central bead down the middle, but again, I cannot complain with the performance of these tires. Moving on to the rack. Again, got it so that I could do commuting, and you can see I've thrown a little basket on there. I've been able to throw my laptop, lunch on there, and the rack's been great. The seat, I've done, again, a little over 100 miles here. Seat's been okay. Again, I think that's one of the complaints you see online. So for short, 7-mile commutes, 3.5-mile commutes, not a problem. As I've done 20-mile rides, you can definitely feel that the seat starts to wear on you a little bit. Let's see, headlights and taillights. Again, you're getting what you need to make this a commuter bike, so I haven't had a problem there. Could they be brighter? Sure. Again, I like the tail light here. I haven't used the turn signal. I won't put my life on the line for a tiny turn signal like this. Turn it on here, you can see that that's not what I'm going to base my life on. I'm going to use my arm and really show the drivers what I'm doing. And then finally, the size. I think that's the thing that surprised me most about this bike, was just the sheer size of it. It is a very large bike, and as I mentioned before, if there's one thing I would probably change about buying this bike, I would probably get the low step. I tend to use a curb to get on it if I can, or I lean it over at 45 degrees. So I'm 5'9", and especially with the basket on it now, swinging my leg over is challenging. So I typically just tip it over, get on, or if there's a curb there, I'll use that to assist. So those are all the kind of physical attributes of the bike. And then let's talk performance. So yeah, I mean, this thing, as you guys have seen in other videos, it is a rocket. You pull the throttle and this thing takes off. You can really feel it. It's a ton of fun to just pull the throttle and get going. So have really enjoyed that. I unlocked my bike, and got the top speed up. But, like everyone said, when you have it in pedal assist 1, you're still going about 20 miles an hour, which can be very quick. So for commuting, I use the unlock settings. I use a lot of throttle, and I'm always on pedal assist 3, which does drain my battery pretty quick, but it takes my 3.5-mile commute to about 7 to 9 minutes. I've gotten very used to reprogramming it, putting it back to speed limited at 30 kilometers per hour, which is about 20 miles per hour. And then I have my speed pedal assist set to 1 to 3. At pedal assist 1, I'm doing 10 miles an hour. So that has been a really happy medium for me to use. Speed setting of 30 kilometers with 3 pedal assists. And then when I'm commuting, go up to like 70 kilometers with 3 pedal assists. And like I said, always have that at 3. So I've gotten used to just going in and reprogramming it for whatever I'm riding. It takes me about 30 seconds to do that. Hasn't been a huge problem. I think my only cons for the bike that I have noticed in my 100 miles is that it is noisy. You can hear this thing coming when the power is being put on. It's you can hear it. It's got a whine. It's people hear it, they turn, they can hear you coming. And then when you're braking, there's kind of a little clicking noise as well. So it is a loud bike. It's not a stealthy bike, which is good. People hear you coming when you're going around the lake or a trail. And then, yeah, the only other con is when it's unlocked is that speed at pedal assist 1. You're going 20 miles an hour. But yeah, 2 really minor cons to this bike. It's delivered on everything I wanted from it, and it's been a joy to ride around. Everyone that I have ride it loves it. They're just smiling ear to ear as they get on it, try the throttle, and they just take off on a rocket. So it's kind of good that it's named after Kepler, because this thing is like a spaceship, and it just keeps going to the stars. So it's been super fun to have. Very happy with my purchase, And yeah, I hope to make some riding videos. I've got to figure out how to do those videos, so I'll be trying to show you some other commuting features of this bike in the future. Thanks for watching.